Hi, welcome. Say hi.
Hi, it's Coach Chris. Welcome to beautiful Zephyr Heights here on the South Lake Tahoe shore.
And this is Bill Conrad, and we're going to get right into the show today because this is behind the show, what you're seeing now, but we're dealing on a special show for timelines of success. And the reason why I brought Coach Chris on to explain further what he's doing, he's actually transitioning his life from 52 to becoming that professional speaker, hooks his lifestyle into it along with his uh, work towards being a comedian and so on and so forth. Tell us a little bit more, Coach. This is about speaking today and your second transition in life. You started at 52. Tell us, how does someone who's transitioning, whatever year they're retiring in, they could be 42 coming out of the military.
Sure.
How do they get into doing what you're doing? And this is what I see from my start, first of all. You have a retirement. You've watched your income. You've learned how to maximize your dollars and travel and meet a lot of interesting people. And you've also studied a lot of the art of comedic art, I guess you'd say.
That's right.
Plus you're speaking and you've gone to professional training. So go ahead. Tell us.
Yeah, I think everybody has a second career in today's environment. I mean, obviously, the number one thing is health. We were talking to Karen earlier. It's mental health, too. Being active. Find your passion, your hobby, what you'd like to do. Be an expert at something, and then share that. If you have an expertise, share that with other people. And I have found, based on my background as an executive in the phone company, given a lot of presentations, I had sold encyclopedias to put myself through college. Obviously, that's a presentation that I enjoy speaking. So I have found I made the initial mistake that I hired PR firms and they put everything in writing, what I can do for them, how to fly for free, that sort of thing. And it really didn't work because if it sounds too good to be true in writing, people don't believe it. They get too many emails, too many misinformation, too many unquality websites that aren't scams, so to speak. And I have found that my communications vehicle is from giving presentations, giving speeches. I'm not a keynote type speaker. I don't speak to the upper 1%. My best demographic are people like myself, active baby boomers that want to enjoy life, travel. The best things in life, as I said before, it's your health, your family, your friends, those memories and experiences. People that have a bucket list and are looking for finite ways to achieve it. And again, my core, one of my, I think, attributes is being able to speak from the stage. And you asked me, how did I get into comedy? Again, when you want to become a professional speaker, you just don't start out speaking on a stage. You start out, like you mentioned, you did Toastmasters. You're in a speakers club. You learn through giving small speeches, free speeches, and you find your niche. Again, your audience. You find out your brand, your type of audience, and that's how I did it. And I found out early on from mentors, people in the National Speakers Association, that if you're not comedic, if you don't gain hold of that audience where they like you, you can't deliver that message. And every talk, as they say, you have to have an outcome. You have to solve a problem. And then using comedy, I try to use comedy in basically getting that credibility, that friendship of that audience on my particular subject.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt you real fast. And first of all, we're overlooking Lake Tahoe. We got Heavenly over here.
Right, Heavenly Ski Resort.
I'm looking at Heavenly just over there. If you can see this where I'm pointing, it's over in the hill there. Beautiful little chalet home here. Great lifestyle. But what I really want to know on this lake is, tell us some jokes.
Okay, well,
how do you make a joke in such a beautiful place?
Well, I don't really make a joke. What I was talking about is what you asked a question. When you're a speaker, you have to be a comedian. But my jokes that I use are basically around my topic. I just don't sit there and tell. I could tell you erroneous jokes for 10 minutes. But what they train you in speaker school is try to have the comedy about your topic. Now, what I do is coach the deals.
Right,
what does that mean? And I start off, the economy stinks. Look, we're what are we, 18 trillion in debt. We got fiscal cliffs. We got debt crisis, sequestering. I say the economy's so bad. Heck, we got President Obama is now forced to fly coach on Air Force One. You're in the military. He's flying coach. Michelle's paying for check bags. Down here, 2 miles away, is a new dollar store, Dollar General. I was in there the other day. I saw people negotiating to put stuff on layaway. Others are asking for price checks. They're haggling, and the rest browsing. Heck, I go to Costco to save money. I'm looking for deals. Costco in Carson City. You have one in Reno. I go to Costco. I was in Costco the other day. I saw a guy coming out of Costco with just one roll of toilet paper. I mean, the economy is affected. Look at Wall Street. We were talking about Wall Street. Over in Wall Street, hell, Johnson & Johnson, big company, they had to lay off one Johnson.
That's a favorite.
Yeah, Donald Trump, The Apprentice. He has his apprentice now clipping coupons for him. Warren Buffett's advertising for a roommate on Craigslist. Warren Buffett buying lottery tickets. Heck, I spoke in Beverly Hills, California last month. I was over there. Entirely different lifestyle over there now. The economy's threatening those people there. Pimps are now driving Kias. Mafia families dining at the Olive Garden. Women only getting one boob done. I mean, parents firing their nannies. They got to get to know the names of their own kids. That's how bad it is in Hollywood. Hey, Justin Bieber, you know Justin Bieber,
right
forced to get a paper out
in Florida.
Oh, easy for it. That's how bad the economy is. And look at the sports world. I'm a jock, Coach Chris. Hey, Brett Favre is contemplating now to coming out of retirement for the free Gatorade. A-Rod, you know, fired from the Yankees drugstore. He's now dating Madonna for her senior citizen discount. That's how bad it is. To watch the last year's Super Bowl, Peyton Manning, he threw 3 interceptions at Seattle. Why did he do that? To get a better return. I mean, it goes on and on. Hey, look, my kid's school lunch program now, instead of macaroni and cheese, what does he get? Macaroni or cheese. I'm a Fox News junkie, okay? I admit I'm conservative. Sean Hannity, Bill O'Reilly. Fox News hired a real blonde just to save on bleach. Hell, the Amish are now considered in the 1%. We talk about, it's not just bad here, the economy's bad all over. Did you know China had to lay off the entire 2nd grade? Did you know that? Japan, 3rd graders forced to get second jobs. The Pope in the Vatican. Pope Francis had to rob Peter to pay Paul. The royal wedding a couple of years ago, you probably didn't know this. This is inside information. The royal wedding, the Queen texted the wedding invitations. You're in the military. Our enemy, who you fought in Afghanistan, Al-Qaeda, the suicide bombers, instead of those 72 virgins they're promised, you know, all they get is a $25 gift certificate to the Olive Garden.
Very good.
You look at Hamas and Israel now. Now they're negotiating a ceasefire. Why? To save money on. So the economy, we're all suffering. The world economy here in the U.S. The point I'm trying to make is the speaker uses comedy based on his material. Before I get into actually coaching the deals, I set it up by talking about the individual economy, that we're all struggling. It sets up my parameters to show people how to save money. It's related.
Well, folks, if you can see on our live feed over here, I'm actually putting up my phone up to take a picture of this. I wish I got that all on my iPhone. That was good. That was good. We did get it on. Definitely got it on live, and we got it also on the podcast and the radio broadcast. That was great. I missed it. That was good. So that's your basic routine. That you
I could go on.
I want another real short one. Give me a short one. One more short one.
I don't know. I have so many. Oh, the bed bugs in New York. They're moving out of the New York 5-star hotels and into the campers' sleeping bags. That's how bad the economy is.
Well, tell us how you blend that into your teaching and education. Basically, what you educate, and there's no cost. It's for free. You've got your websites, but you teach people how to live a high quality of life.
Yeah, basically what I do is I empower my audiences, my clients, how to live the lifestyle of privilege, I call it, at first class now, in luxury, travel, and leisure, affordably, really for pennies on the dollar. And what does that do? In simple terms, we coach the deals. I just look at it as myself. I'm your average Joe, and I try to basically share with people my secrets, my resources, what I've learned over the last 12, 15 years since I've been officially retired. How about going doing that? I subscribe to maybe 100 websites. I read everything. It's a passion. It's in my blood. And it's a game to me, how to travel at the lowest possible price. Like I mentioned to you before, I don't pay to fly. I fly for free.
Right, in your hotels, your quality of living.
Quality of living's here.
You have homes East Coast and West Coast.
I mean, I have a home in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, right on a golf resort. I'm a golfer. You've probably heard of PGA National. We have 5 golf courses there, 20 tennis courts, spa, resort, hotel. I love the spring and the fall there. I'm a beach bum. I spend a lot of time on the beach. I love the ocean. I go swimming, snorkeling. I'm also a certified scuba diver, so I love Florida from that. But basically my #1 passion now as an athlete is skiing, and I ski 40, 50 days a year, and I base myself out
right
of here,
there.
right there
Right
on the
down
mountain.
hill.
You'll find me there.
Right down below us.
And if the snow isn't good here in South Lake Tahoe, Heavenly, then I'm off the Vail resorts, and I ski Vail, Beaver Creek, Breckenridge, Park City, Alta, Snowbird, Deer Valley. I've skied all the men's downhill runs in Europe, but I'm sort of getting a little older now, so I don't really ski Europe. But and again, we talk about affordably, how you can do it. It's everybody thinks skiing so expensive. Right here, I'll use this as an example. Here we are at Heavenly, overlooking Heavenly Mountain. You could buy a season pass here for $350. That's unlimited skiing at 3 ski resorts. Not only here, Heavenly, another major ski resort, Kirkwood, and the other one, North Star. Unlimited skiing. That's for a year. So if you figure you ski 20, 30 times, instead of paying $100, $110 for a lift ticket, it breaks you down your cost to $30 a ski experience. In addition to that, the other added bonus is you get buddy tickets. So if you have friends or family visiting you and you ski with them, you show your pass, they're paying about half the price. They're getting a major discount. So whatever you do in travel and leisure, there's always a deal out there. You just have to be cognizant, do the right research, know the right people, and it'll come to you. It enables the average Joe like this to live this lifestyle.
Very good, Coach. Well, we're about 12 minutes into our podcast show and our radio show, and we've got everything's working over there, right, Karen? So it's fun technology. Tell us about, we're out on your porch right now. Lake Tahoe is right there. Now, you and I have something very much in common. You can feel the spirit of the lake and the mountains.
Right.
What's it feel like?
Oh, it's therapeutic. It's spiritual. I mean, I'm a religious guy. I go to church every week, but there's nothing like, I've been around the world, everything from African safaris to, the tourist traps and wherever it be, London or Paris, Rome, etc. But I find myself here, the smell of the air, just the beauty, the scenery. Here we are in the Sierra Nevadas. You're one with nature. When you come out of here at night, unlike Florida, which is cloudy and overcast, you look up into the sky and you see a galaxy of stars, something I don't see in Florida. And it's just a beautiful environment to hear and to come in after skiing, sit in my hot tub and watch the other skiers, and just hear the birds. I feed them in the bird feeder in the winter, and it's just a spiritual, therapeutic adventure. I could think out here. I do a lot of reading. Like you asked me one time, what's my favorite restaurant? It's right on my deck. I cook on my grill with this billion-dollar view. So to me, for my lifestyle, it's perfect. Not for the whole year, but when you get into the ski season, here we are in summer. The average temperature is a high of 75, a low of 45. You don't need air conditioning. There's always a breeze. They say here, this is not a lie, there's usually 300 days of sunshine here in the Lake Tahoe, Reno area. 300 days, unlike Florida that I live in, it's cloudy 80 or 90% of the time. So I think it's a beautiful existence for an active lifestyle, people that like nature.
Well, you talk like the Indians talk. When you go back and look at the Indians, they could relate to the streams, the mountains, the water bodies, and you could feel the spirit of the mountains. I live down in Reno, which is at 5,000. The lake is at 6,000. We're probably about 6,400 feet right here. The mountaintops around us go up to, I don't know how, about 12,000. There's some pretty tall mountaintops behind us. There's 2 passes coming over from Reno to here, and they're at 7,000 plus. So it's just a magnificent area. And I think about this as a kid because I grew up in California. I used to come up here and visit. But now I live so close, and you live here.
Right. And
it's really different to live here and be able to come up in 30 minutes and see the lake.
Yeah, you're in an envious position because when I go down to the casinos and I see the tourists here, they just come up once a year or whatever, and I feel I've been blessed. I have this whole environment. I'm here as a local. I know all the deals. For instance, I just found out about it for $99. You get a complete season pass to do the MX Dixie or the Tahoe Queen paddle boat. That's unlimited trips out there. Your break-even point is 2.
Well, yeah, what's one pass costing there?
Yeah, normally $50, and you pay $90. You could be out there 20, 30 times, and that even includes dinner. Last night I was a little lazy here, and even going to go out on a dinner cruise and get the 4-course meal. So it's things like that. To be a local resident here, the tennis club here, I'm a member of the tennis club right now. I'm recovering from eye surgery, so I'm not playing tennis because of the lack of depth perception. But a tennis club membership here just costs you $80. It's active. There's a lot of good players, competition, tournaments. I play golf. I love golf. Obviously, I can't afford the Edgewood course right on the lake, but I found, just, again, doing a little research, I play golf in Genoa at the resort course. It's a beautiful, exquisite mountain course, and again, at 4 o'clock, the place is empty. You pay $30. That includes your green fee, your cart fee, and as many range balls as you want to hit. Again, so it's your activities here. I have a pass to the beach right here, which is 3 minutes away. I could go down there and cook out a night instead of being up here. If I want to be at beach level, just watch the people. I go down there, watch the sunsets.
I bet the 4th of July was amazing here.
Oh,
Did you stay up here and watch it?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't here 4th of July. Unfortunately, I was recovering from the detached retina eye surgery in Florida. But right here, you could see the fireworks. I have built-in speakers. I'm into music, and I put in speakers right on the deck so I can listen to FM stations or stereo stations or CDs right out here on the deck.
Everyone talks about the 4th of July on Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
And they by the way, they closed down the beaches this year, I think, just to residents. So.
Oh, it is tremendous. The big problem is, again, it's so crowded. People get to the beach, they start camping out at 1 o'clock, and the fireworks or whatever, not 9 o'clock. I watch them whenever I'm here. The last 7 years, right from this deck, and they're simulcast to a local FM station. Music, so I just blare the music out on that deck, and usually there's 40 or 50 people just sitting up here watching the fireworks.
So going back to, I'm 40-something, getting out of the military, or I'm 50-something, retiring, which some people can do.
Sure.
Hard to retire when you're 50, though, because
right, exactly.
You got to make some money. I would suggest doing something, still working, but doing something you absolutely love to do.
Exactly. I've been to all the seminars, self-improvement seminars. Brendan Richard's done a lot of them, and basically everybody that retires from their first job, well, you know, with the length of life now, I mean, obviously life expected to go to 85 now or whatever. That's a lot of years. Usually you have to do something. People don't have retirement savings. But just like we've discussed several times, find your passion, find a hobby, be an expert at stuff, and then learn how to monetize it. In other words,
monetize. That's good. Tell people what monetize means. Make money. Right?
Yeah, make money. It's nice to have a hobby, but if you can't make money at it, it's not very good. So find a way you could develop your talent, your passion, something that's a hobby that you're interested in, that you're an expert in. Solve a problem. There's so many problems out there. You know, and then to learn how to get it into a business, get a team. There's local agencies that help retirees. You probably know this about SCORE.
SCORE, right. Well, SCORE helps everyone.
Yeah, SCORE helps.
I went to SCORE when I started my business when I was 32.
Yeah, they have retired people that are experts maybe in social media and different things, and just basically start going to network meetings, spread the word, put a team together.
Or up here, you know, there are fishing tours everywhere. There's mountain guides. There's ski instruction. I know somebody who's in the 60s who became a ski instructor up here. In fact, I know a lot of people have done that. It's a little income. They pay nothing for skiing.
Right.
And now they're making money teaching. They might only teach in the afternoon. There's a lot of things you can do. You don't have to make a lot of money.
I think you hit an excellent point. It's critical now, us retirees. I'm 66 now, and I retired from corporate America at 52, 53. I put in my 31 years in with the Bell system and AT&T as an executive in marketing, but obviously your life isn't over. You got to pay the bills, and you have other interests, and you got to be mentally stimulated. For your mental health, you have to study something. And again, you mentioned social media. A good point you mentioned is a lot of seniors, such as myself, were not really adept, I think the word is, at all the social media, all the things I can do for you, or Macs or iPads, all the research you can do right on those devices. I'm not saying you should spend 6 hours a day playing games, but certainly
No.
You use it as a research device, as a tool for your business.
I would say the first thing you do is, I'd recommend this to any seniors, get the iPhone.
Exactly.
And here's what you do is start listening to your iPhone instead of radio. Listen to podcasts or on-demand radio. You can get the same national radio you get through your radio on here, but you can get it anywhere. You can get it when you want it. You can have an alarm to get up. You can have your maps. You can travel. But the way you do it, you just start playing with this darn thing.
You're exactly right.
And that means you're going to have an Apple ID and an Apple password. That's the only thing you need to start with.
You're exactly right. I don't consider myself a high-tech person, but I have an iPhone. And basically from that iPhone, I call it a mini computer. I check email, I listen to podcasts. I'm on webinars. I get a lot of information on travel, speakers, and everybody has webinars, etc., all the associations. And I could be sitting out on the deck here if I put on a Bose headset and I listen to webinars, podcasts, etc. It's an excellent tool. I check my email every day on it. I can tell you right now with the right application, the scores of all. I'm a PGA Tour enthusiast.
Oh, yeah.
The score, who's leading the tournament, the Champions Tournament, the Web.com Tour. I could tell you what Broadway tickets are on at the trailer now at half price. You know, it's just a world of information, and I agree with you. I think every senior should start with an iPhone, that Apple product, and like you mentioned before, get the free lessons. Take advantage. Go up in that Apple store after you buy it from AT&T and whoever the carrier is, and build building blocks on it. Learn a different thing.
The reason why I like the Apple phone is because you can go in the Apple store and they'll help you left and right.
Sure.
They're
very cooperative.
You don't have to buy the nut. Just free classes. The Genius Bar is free. By the way, I got to stop right there. There's a sail. Look at that. A parasailer, basically a parachute behind a boat, right over my shoulder, right over Coach Chris's shoulder, right there. Beautiful. That's so beautiful. Like, I want to be over there in that parasailer. And he's up about 150 feet.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, it's funny. You mentioned
Beautiful
parasailing. I've done it on the east coast of Florida over the ocean, Atlantic Ocean. It's a great way. It's a fun experience, and it's not it's not dangerous. In other words, it's
you got water below you.
You got
and
water
if you fail,
below you.
Come
Yeah,
down.
like a beginner.
You've got a vest on. You're not going to drown.
Yeah.
And you've got people around you.
I haven't done it on this lake, but I've done it many times on the beaches of Palm Beach and off the Atlantic.
I'm surprised there's not more people out there doing that parasailing. But anyway, looks so nice. Looks so nice. This is really one of nature's finest places, Lake Tahoe. It's a crystal blue lake, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And there's a great fish. There's huge trout in the lake. I mean huge. We're talking 10, 12, 15 pounds.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know there's 1,600 feet deep out there, and it's clear, and they say that this lake can provide the water for the world for the next year or two if they drain it. But obviously it's a clear lake. It doesn't freeze in the winter. It really doesn't get that cold up here in the winter. Everybody thinks skiing it's cold, but I ski all over the world, and Vail and all the popular resorts in the U.S. And one reason I like it up here, I was telling your wife, it's never too cold up here. You might see the cold when you're out there during the day skiing at 20 degrees, but it's never below 20 degrees. So.
No, and it gets, you know what, you realize you're at 6,000 feet. When the sun is out, the natural sun heats you up. When you're skiing, it's beautiful because
it's a beautiful environment.
You ski with very mild clothes on, unless you have overcast and blizzard conditions.
Yeah, and we're very blessed here at Lake Tahoe. There's actually 16 different ski resorts around the lake. And I use the analogy a lot of times. I'm a golfer too. Every ski resort's unique, like every golf course. You play a golf course, it's not like a tennis court, same dimensions. Everyone has different beauty about it, aesthetics about it. And you ski around these 16 resorts around the lake, and what variety to do, and it is inexpensive here.
So that's good. So we have about 3 or 4 more minutes left in our show. What should we talk about? What should we tell them?
Anything you want to talk about.
Well, it's gorgeous, gorgeous day. I will say, how do you get started when you retire? First of all, you should start before you retire.
Yeah, well, I think you always start because you built up a hobby, things that you enjoy doing, your expertise, whatever your passion is. It might be in healthcare, it might be painting in an art form, whatever it is. It might be in a high-tech computer thing. You design software or applications. The key, I think, and I've heard this from many people in my studies and reading, is find what your passion is, your hobby is, your expertise, develop it, research it. But the key is, like you says, you got to pay the bills. Let's not live in a dream world. A lot of us retire at 52. I mean, we got another 30 years left. We got to pay the bills. Find a way to monetize.
Right.
In other words, have a variety of forms of income, how you can take your passion and expertise and actually make some money on it.
Let me tell you what you just said. You just talked about art. If you love art and love to paint, there's a million places you can paint here. You can go an hour that way and hit the desert. You're in Lake Tahoe here, Reno. Reno has a lot of people who come in during the weekends. A lot of tourists for the casinos, and then they go away. Then we have people who fish. People stay down there, come up here and ski. People stay here. You could paint up here. There are galleries everywhere in Reno because people love to buy the art when they come in. Paint quality art, but it doesn't have to be over a couple $100, and people will buy it. You can paint all day long. You can make a living just doing that.
Whatever your passion is.
I mean, whatever you have to have a passion.
Yeah, sure.
If you're an artist, what a great place for an artist up here. You could paint to your heart's content and see the beauties and paint every kind of environment you can imagine.
Yeah, and especially in today's age, you brought up a good point. Our senior environment now, people that are retired 50 to 65 active, they have a need for people to train them on.
Seniors need to train seniors.
Excellent. They need to train seniors in their own language, how to use this technology for their own benefit, not just saying how to do a spreadsheet on Excel. I'm talking about how to use an iPhone to take pictures and send it to your relatives.
Oh, yeah,
Simple things like that.
Get the iPhone.
iPad. How to make a video and
download
it to your friend. This is something that benefits seniors, and they need to take the advantage because they didn't learn it in school, and take the time to learn some of the simple technologies.
Okay. What we're going to do is once you get your iPhone, we're going to learn how to use iTunes next.
Yeah, I use iTunes. I use it on the beach. Hey, I'm not high tech. I download the songs, and I'm in the Broadway. I got 10 Broadway albums. I sit on the beach, plug in. I like good sound, so I plug in a Bose headset because I like good sound, and I sit on the beach and watch the boats in my iPhone and listen to iTunes.
We need to get every senior up where you are.
Yeah, well, they have to start someplace. You mentioned the key. Start with an iPhone. It's just simple investment. They don't have to buy a fancy computer and iPad. Learn how to download your email, take pictures. You mentioned iTunes. And then get the free, again, the deal. Get free education. Go to the Apple store. They have classes. Sign up for free. And it's a deal.
And you're going to learn to do online, watching your online.
Sure. And it's a building block issue. Start with one thing. I want to learn how to take pictures, how to send them, how to take a video, and how do I send them to my kids. Maybe a stepping stone approach to this. Yep. One thing at a time, learn one thing at a week. It'll justify the time you spent the learning, and it'll enhance your life and your family's life and your friends' life.
And by the way, people are going to have your Galaxy and your iPhone. Galaxy's okay. It's still like a PC engineering base. I'm going to tell people to go with the iPhone, especially seniors. iTunes, true story. My son, I remember was in high school. I said, Brian, could you teach me iTunes? Well, they never taught me really because I'm his, Dad, kids, they don't want to teach you stuff. They do, but they don't. I learned it myself this last year, and I can't believe it wasn't that hard. And you can't you can't hurt anything. And you've known it.
Yeah, it's great. I travel a lot, obviously, in my business. I fly back and forth to Florida, to different resorts, to New York, and I plug in that iPhone, and I listen to airplane mode, my phone, and I put in the Bose headset when I'm flying, and it's the quality of the sound. I'm saying, get yourself a good headset. And it's like you're in a concert hall. You block out kids crying on an airplane. You're in a whole different world. You're in a concert environment.
So if you're getting ready to retire, get your iPhone, learn how to use it.
Right.
Then think about what you want to do for a passion. Get a second type of income that you enjoy, that you're passionate about, that will help you.
Yeah, speak to experts. Again, do your research. Quality of life.
Your quality of life is very good.
Yeah, I believe in, again, I've said it again, it's not the years in your life, but the life in your years that matter. It's that quality. But again, health is number one. We didn't really discuss that.
You got to stay healthy.
You got to stay healthy. You got to live right, eat right. Exercise, and that's mental and physical health. Do what the doctors tell you. Get your checkups. Take the right vitamins. Get the exercise. Eat right. Just common sense.
Eat healthy. Don't eat your processed food.
Without a doubt, health is wealth, and you can't do anything else unless you're healthy. You can't go skiing unless you're healthy.
No, that's the building blocks, and we are going to talk about health down the road on the show more.
Yeah, that's another thing. There's other experts on health, nutrition, seniors, medical problems. They have different issues, bad knees, etc. So it's another area of expertise. Be an expert to seniors' ailments.
Well, Coach, real fast as we close up, timelineofsuccess.com, or you can just go to timelines.net, and you'll find all the notes and information from this broadcast and the links. But also tell us what your show is for those just listening on their iPhone. What's the name of your site?
Well, my website is lifetimeleisure.net, and your listeners feel free to call me for a free initial consultation about their needs for travel. We love to service their dreams. My toll-free number is 1-866-626-8100. I'd love to help people out, get them started and traveling for as little as 10 cents on the dollar.
LifetimeLeisure.net.
That's it.
Very good. Well, thank you, and it's been fun from the shores of Lake Tahoe and this beautiful hill. By the way, we're sort of on a cliff here. was looking over the side here.
Yeah.
It's pretty steep right there.
Yeah, it is steep. In fact, in my neighbor's yard here, you see a couple of bears here.
Oh yeah, there's definitely bears in this area.
There's been bears up here, coyotes, but you are one with nature up here. If you like nature, you're one with nature.
And thank you, Karen, for being the behind-the-scenes producer today. Broker Karen Conrad for First Realty Pro now. First Realty Pro covering Tahoe, Reno, Modesto, and Reno, of course. Take care.
All right, thank you.
That was very good. I think this is going to come out.